live video that we're doing. Oh, hey, DJ's recording. Boom, baby. Thank you guys for being on here. This is something that we're going to start doing maybe a little bit more of if it goes good. If you guys all like and share, and what up, Babs, and enjoy what you see. Oh, make sure, DJ, you have Instagram open too. If you guys have questions for our guest, Kristina, today, send them on here, and we'd love to address it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I
can't open it through ours because it's running through ours. So I had to go to mine to open it.
Megan the Stallion just went live, so if you are not tuned in live now because you're watching her, we understand that. Big old booty. But a couple announcements. So Kristina's stoked to be in here. Not only is this our first Instagram live video, we are now streaming on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Stitcher. We will be on iHeartRadio and Pandora very soon. And if you listen to a podcast on another platform other than those,
you're a weirdo.
I don't know, man. Like, we can't help you.
Crawl out of your hole.
Yeah, right. We're so excited for this episode. We also have our Instagram page up, as you guys probably see if you're watching this or have followed us. So, shit. Make sure that you like us and share our shit with all of our friends, all of your friends. I've already shared it with all of our friends. And hell yeah, dude. Enjoy. DJ, what other announcements am I missing? Oh, we have Facebook up too. Millennialistic. Search us on Facebook. Email us questions, or if you're interested in being a guest on the show, please email us at millennialisticpod@gmail.com.
We have a full July booked out already.
Oh, we're booked out as fuck through July, so check this out. Okay, we've got Miss Kristina on with us this week.
Pew, pew, pew.
Bam, 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 bam. We're gonna get into that. Sponsored by Burner and Chai, which we'll get into here in a little bit. The best smelling candles in Middle Tennessee. If you don't buy Burner and Chai, then shoot, I guess I probably should have asked if you approve that. All right.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Okay, so we're booked out through July. We got Kristina on. This episode's gonna air tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for your commute into work while you're stuck on 24. Or what's the interstate in the
440.
Where in the UK. Well, we gotta do a shout out to our UK listener. Where were they at?
Oh my god.
You had it pulled up. You didn't look.
I don't know, dude. If you're in the UK and you're streaming this,
I don't know
that's
UK
awesome.
interstate.
Thank you. True.
Love us.
They're on like public transportation over there anyway. So while you're listening on your public transportation in the UK, just pull that speaker out, blast it for everybody to hear. Make sure they download it as well. But July's booked out next week, with it being 4th of July. We're gonna do a no guest episode, probably pretty brief next week. We gotta squeeze it in between all of our crazy work schedules so we can go make actual money. But the week after that, the 12th, we have Mr. Nick Bush on, who's a good friend of ours, local comic here in Nashville.
He was also my English professor in college.
He was also Xavier's English professor.
I loved him so much.
He's a really good
super
teacher,
cool.
Dude.
He is
hard as fuck, but he fucking he's a great teacher.
Absolutely.
Dude, he works his ass off. Him and Matt Taylor do a lot of shows together. He's awesome. So we're excited to have him on the 12th. We're promoting their show. They're doing another Smokes and Jokes on the 13th at Liquid Smoke in Murfreesboro. So mark your calendars for Smoke and Jokes the 13th. The week after that, we have a good buddy of mine, Mr. Langston Hughes, on. He's a local hip-hop producer, R&B hip-hop producer, graduated from MTSU, so we're excited to have him on. And then at the end of the month, we have Miss Kiana, who's also a local skit comic here in Nashville. Follow her on Instagram at HilariousKey to follow her sketches a little bit. And dude, like I said, we got Packed House for July. If you are interested in getting on in August, is that the next month?
That's the month after July, yes.
All right, yeah. If you're interested in getting in on August, please email millennialisticpod@gmail.com and we will book you on.
We might be able to squeeze in a weeknight or two somewhere in the month, but realistically,
maybe we'll see.
It's a possibility, but lots of cut change.
Yeah, I was gonna say it really just depends on all of our 14 work schedules.
we got a lot of staff.
Oh my God. We'll talk about that, I guess, as we get into it a little bit. But I had a funny idea today. Actually, it's a funny idea for an ad too for the podcast.
Oh yeah, okay. I've been trying to come up with something.
Do we have any other announcements? Any other news coming up, events, shows that we're doing? Nope.
I've gotten word Bonnaroo was canceled.
Oh yeah, Barney, I want to talk about that later in the show, but just like, subscribe,
Forgot
share,
talk about everything.
do all that shit, and follow us, baby. Yeah, dude. Run the show, baby! Alright, so Kristina is our guest. Kristina is one of our good homies. She's a local vet tech, but she also, unfortunately, dates our producer DJ for some reason.
Why is that unfortunate for you?
It's unfortunate for her, not.
Well, I've told her that.
It's also unfortunate
I'm
for her.
well aware.
She's about it.
About unfortunate.
She's like, I like to struggle because it keeps me on my toes.
Keeps me humble.
But Kristina, just start off, man. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and how'd you get here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was born in a place called Downey, California, outside of LA. Grew up in Long Beach, California.
Damn, son.
That LBC.
LBC, what up, Snoop?
Yeah, exactly, for sure. That's where I get it from.
That makes so much sense.
Amateur hour as fuck. I'm sorry, Kristina. We're having a bit technical difficulties.
It is
Massive amateur hour, bro.
Did it go live?
Bottle is in her way most of that video.
Oh fuck. Hey.
Good job.
Are we
Did it actually post though? Did it go live?
Yeah.
Did it end?
Yeah.
He's learning how to host.
I'm sorry. Were we filming a podcast here?
Yeah,
No, I'm sorry. Kristina was right in the middle of telling her life story.
No, it's totally
And then we had
fine.
technical difficulties.
Do you need to use my
I guess
phone?
our Instagram live is done now. But anyway, I'm sorry, Kristina.
No,
We're
it's okay.
fucking hosts on the
As long
planet.
as-
Pause.
As long as that's.
No, fuck it.
We're still
Keep it
in.
live, baby. Those
We gotta cut from announcements to the cast.
Oh yeah, true. Cut it.
Okay, so we're gonna cut all that out.
Millennialistic. Episode 12, baby. I'm your host, Brian.
And Xavier.
Behind the boards is Mr. DJ, and on the episode today is our good friend, a genuine fucking sweetheart, a local vet tech. She heals animals for a living. Our very good friend, Miss Kristina.
Hello.
What's up, Kristina? How are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
What's up? How are you? What's good?
Doing fantastic. It's been a beautiful weekend.
Dude, it
Staying
has
active.
been nice.
It rained a smidge.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think it rains a smidge almost every day here.
It does.
Then it's really humid after that.
Real humid.
We're seeing really bad disease in lawns because of that, if anyone cares. If you're seeing black spots or brown spots in your lawn, maybe that's what's going on. On a side note, Kristina, okay, we know very little about you, so we're very excited to have you on the podcast
Fantastic.
and just hear your whole life story. So let's start with, where were you born at?
I was born in a little town called Downey, California, outside of LA.
Okay, South Side?
Totally grew up in Long Beach.
LBC,
Yeah, for sure.
SNOOP, Christina P.
Kristina.
Exactly. Yeah, no, shout out Snoop. Hi, bud. What's up? So I spent a lot of time there. I grew up there, went to Catholic school, actually.
Oh, good.
Shout out Catholic school, baby.
Ooh.
So did Xavier.
I don't know about that. They don't deserve the.
Did you enjoy it? What okay, well let's start with probably the short. What did you like about Catholic school?
I don't know. The outfits were pretty dope. Yeah,
Okay.
you got a cute little plaid uniform.
Like Britney Spears?
For like the boys. Yeah, totally. It was just like that. You got a
Oops.
little plaid skirt with skirt overalls, and you had to wear a little white button-up shirt underneath it with the shiny black shoes.
I have heard before, Kristina, would you back this up, that like one of the pros to that is that kids don't have to stress about like what to wear to school
Yeah,
every day because you're all wearing the same thing, so it's like
You don't worry about being judged for what you wear, but there's also no personality. You don't get to express yourself in that particular way, which a lot of people like to use fashion to do.
well, especially at that age too, you know.
Then physically, you have to do something different, I guess, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now let's
Haircuts.
Sure.
let's move
Accessories.
on to
Accessories, yes.
what did you not like about Catholic school?
Everything else. So
Everything.
there was a lot. I'll just go ahead and say I'm not a particularly religious person.
Well, this is a religious
Think we-
podcast,
think we-
Kristina.
So I'm out.
Wrong place.
You know, maybe.
The Westboro Baptist Church just unsubscribed to our
Maybe too woke,
Instagram.
honestly.
I'm fine with that.
Peace.
Westboro, go fuck yourself.
Straight up.
And cancel.
Okay, were you not religious then, or is that something that like you grew up into?
Well, I
like,
grew
not
up
be
in a
so
very
much?
religious, like Filipino family. You know, everybody's got a rosary hanging. We've got our nice Jesus candles that they
love
keep
that.
around. So sorry, my family great.
Okay, well, actually, no, you bring up a good point. Not to go off on a tangent, but that's what I do on this podcast.
No, it's good.
You're our first Asian American guest on the show.
Yes!
Yay! We're progressive as fuck, dude.
I'm
You
also-
cannot stop us.
And a female as well. Not only Asian American, but female.
And this is our 14th episode, so 2 out of our 14 guests have been female. So that means we're still sexist as shit. Fuck! We're working on it. We're
Yeah,
working
but
on
we've
it.
got
He said 14.
in the next month we're gonna do 3 out of 4 are females. Cause we got Nick
That's
on,
true.
and then we got Heather,
Kiana.
and then we got Buddy. So 3 out of 4
Okay.
in a month for
3 out of 4
females.
ain't bad.
You know, it might not be Ladies
Hey.
Month nationally, but we're out here making it Ladies Month.
We are aware that we got off to a misogynistic start, and we are
Fine with
working
that.
to address it.
It wasn't intentional.
It
or-
was not
It
intentional.
was
I'm sure.
minimally ignorant on our part.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that on those mics. That's fucking dope. That would have made life a lot easier had I known that. This is why you have a producer, folks. Okay, so
Shout out to you today. Wow.
Christina, you're first generation Filipino, correct?
Yeah, well, so my dad was born in the Philippines.
Is that? Can I ask? Is that racist to ask?
No, that's
No.
just a weird way to ask that question.
Well, no. Okay, the reason I
First
asked.
generation in America.
No, my college roommate was a first generation Filipino, and like that's how he described it. I guess I don't know.
First
Maybe
generation in America.
Maybe, is that how you ask it, Christina, or how do I ask that?
I liked the way you asked it, so I can fully explain my.
Yeah, I wasn't hating. It was just
My
an
PR
interesting
person
way.
is losing it right now. She says we're already canceled.
Yeah, but she said that from the first episode.
Hashtag.
Well, actually, she didn't because she doesn't
Well.
listen.
No, okay, so how. Alright, well, let's start here then, Christina. How would you prefer to ask people.
How would I
That
prefer
question.
how Asian they are?
What's a non offensive.
Just ask them what their 23andMe is.
I mean, totally.
What's your stat?
What's your full genetic makeup?
What's your genetic stats, bro?
I mean, you could just say, you know, where
sorry.
your parents from.
Okay, is that less. See, I feel like that's more offensive.
It's not.
To say,
No, it's
hey, where are your parents from? I don't know. Hey, if that's.
I think they would just understand it more easily that
You
way.
just ask their
That would
ethnicity.
probably
Nobody
be
would ask
easier
where
for
your
people
parents
to
are from
understand.
because they're white.
At the end of
They
the
don't
day,
care.
it's not up for me
No.
to decide what's offensive or not. It's up to the
The
people
people.
of minorities.
The minorities.
Yeah. So where are your parents from, Christina?
So my dad was born in Manila, the Philippines.
On the Thriller in Manila. Shout out Ludacris. Oh, sorry. Continue. I have a rap lyric for
All
everyone.
of
Swinging
it-
missing today, bud.
Sorry.
Manila, Philippines. So he came to America in his 20s. He joined the Air Force, and that's how he got his citizenship.
Oh, so your dad immigrated here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very
yep,
cool.
absolutely. My mom was born in Illinois,
Where at in Illinois?
Champaign.
No shit. My brother used to live there.
Yeah.
I grew up like 45 minutes from there.
For sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Shout out
I still
Champaign.
have-
Shout out Small World.
Exactly. No, I have a lot of family that still live in Champaign and
No
Decatur.
shit.
Yeah.
Does
absolutely.
Champaign,
Like,
Illinois,
my-
have a champagne poppy?
I'm sure some would claim.
Okay.
If you ever heard of
Actually,
Champagne
okay,
Syrup.
so one cool thing, and if you really follow this podcast, like super duper, you know that I graduated from the University of Iowa, and I hate the University
I
of
didn't know
Illinois.
that.
But that's where Champagne's at.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Totally. College town.
One cool thing about it, we played like a winter classic basketball tournament there or something in high school.
Those are always fun.
In the tunnel, so we played at the U of Illinois. In the tunnel where they walk out, it says like "Bring the Pain," but they spell it P-A-I-G-N-E.
Yeah,
And I always
totally.
thought that was actually pretty badass.
That's a little clever.
But anyway,
I do
side
like
so
that.
yeah, that's crazy though that your family's from Champaign. What a small world. My brother
Yes.
literally used to have a house just moving. He used to live in
So
Muhammad,
fun.
which is like the next town
Yeah,
north of Champaign.
absolutely. Yeah, so that's where like all of my mom's side of the family lives.
Damn, honey.
In Illinois, for sure. And then my dad's side of the family, they're kind of everywhere. We've got family in Australia, a bunch in the
Shout out.
Philippines, for sure. For
That's
the
crazy.
Australian listeners, but everyone pretty much stayed in California. That's where my aunts and uncles and extended family stay.
So did a lot of your dad's family come over?
Yeah, absolutely. He was the first one.
Ooh, nice
And
pioneer.
then, absolutely. And then, my aunt, grandma, couple uncles, they all came. And I don't know if they were all married before, because, they all stayed within the Filipino heritage and married other Filipinos. So we've just got our own little
Hey, it's
Asian
not too late,
clan
Kristina.
back there.
You can still do that. You can still do that. We
If-
can find you a nice
A
Filipino
nice
man.
Filipino boy in the middle of Tennessee. Mhm.
And look at what he has to compete with. So it can't be that hard.
You won't get the height,
That is
but everything else will go.
God damn it, DJ! PR says cut it. Mark it, cut it.
Thank you guys for listening.
That
This has been fun.
And
This has been fun.
cancel.
We're gonna get ourselves canceled. We promote that more than anything. Fuck. But okay, so very interesting. So you have a lot of aunts, a lot of uncles, a lot of cousins. And most of them are still out in California.
For sure, yeah,
How often are you out there?
I try to go out there like once a year. It's really expensive, because
Fuck
California's the hip happening place. Yeah. No, it's crazy because when we were living out there, we were like not very well off. We lived in like a small house. We had like a nice big backyard and stuff, but we lived in a pretty crappy neighborhood. There would be, like shootings a few times a week.
Oh, sounds like Indiana.
Totally.
Just like Northfield.
Totally. When I was like
Northfield.
a little kid,
Represent.
my parents tried to play shootings off as like a game where we played this game where you go hide in the bathroom.
Oh.
Hide in the bathtub. And like, it was a game to me, but now I'm like, oh, you smart.
So then you're like fireworks
Wow.
and guns. You think about
Bathroom.
bathrooms.
Go to the
Like
tub.
bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, for sure.
So
No,
wait,
now she just shoots back.
Clap back. Kristina.
and I don't show fight. I don't know, because all right, anyway,
Exactly.
whatever Lil Wayne said. How many? You may have already said this, and if you did, I missed it. I apologize. But how many siblings do you have?
I have one half sister.
Okay, did you grow up with her?
I did not actually. So my mom had my sister when she was 20. With a we have this different dads. But her dad is from Iran or Iraq, one of the two. So no, my mom really likes ethnic men over white men.
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom.
Christina, we prefer not saying anything racist on this podcast. Thanks.
And
The
cancel.
least racist.
Please do not say that your mother has a sexual
This is-
attraction to ethnic men.
This is why I said, oh, no, I'm not.
No, that's it. So when, like, do you and your sister, are you guys close? Like, do you guys have a
We're
relationship?
not close. She actually lives in Murfreesboro, but she is 15 years older than me.
Okay, so that's
so
pretty-
that age difference is like super hard to be relatable with each other.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a little more so now because we talk about like adult things like work and buying houses and like remodeling. I don't know, furniture and boring stuff like that. But
Adult shit.
Adult random stuff that we talk about now, but
So
yeah, we're not like super close.
Okay, interesting. So you pretty much grew up like an only child.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when did you move out of California?
We moved out of California when I was 9 or 10.
Okay, and where'd you move to?
We moved to Smyrna.
Smyrna.
Yeah, and like it's so crazy the difference between Tennessee and California.
Just Smyrna. That's fucking hilarious.
I wouldn't think that.
What?
That there would be
That
differences.
Smyrna's different
Yeah.
from Southside Los Angeles.
Well,
Well, no, just California in general.
Just
You know,
show you
Tennessee,
something,
California,
but-
they're basically the same place.
Dude, okay, and again, I'm going off on a tangent, but Babs, when we first moved down here to Nashville, got me tickets to go see a couple guys that used to be on Mad TV. I can't even remember.
Will Sasso?
No.
Michael McDonald? It's Michael McDonald.
No, it wasn't Michael McDonald.
His name's Michael McDonald.
That is who that is, but that's not who we went and saw.
It's not Will Sasso, it's not him.
No, it's like they were good, but anyway, I don't know. But they did a whole probably 5-10 minutes bit about how they got pulled over in Smyrna, and they just ripped that town apart, dude.
I get
For
it.
like 5-10, just
That's
called
awesome.
it redneck, and people only have 3 teeth, and just all this bullshit. It was hilarious. But anyway, so that's
yeah.
Smyrna.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I was just gonna say the difference. Like we had a really tiny house in California. It was like a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. You know, like 700 square feet, and for the same price, just about. We got like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like 1,800 square feet house.
A lot
for
of
the
money
same
for
fucking
no
price.
space in
Yeah,
California.
It's so
absolutely.
silly,
It was
dude.
really upsetting. It was really upsetting.
It's really
honestly.
crazy.
I have a monster in the fridge.
Yeah, like talk about instant like glow up.
Nah, dude, if you gonna live in Tennessee, guys, from Wayne. Hell yeah, dude. So you went to like Smyrna Middle School?
I went to Rock Springs Middle School.
Rock Springs, very cool. How was that? Shout
It
out.
was fine.
Is that where you went, Deej?
No.
Oh.
But shout out
Oh, yeah,
Rock
you
Springs
texted.
Middle.
Oh, okay, I guess. How was that for you though?
It was okay. You know, I was like, I hated like all of school.
You were probably the only person of minority in Smyrna, I would imagine.
Absolutely. No, like
That's
people,
white people central.
And the thing about it is people don't understand, like, just because you have darker skin, it doesn't mean that you're not Hispanic. Because, like, people,
Oh, boy.
You're not white, you're Hispanic.
Yeah. Because people would, like, make fun of me all the time. They would try to speak Spanish to me, and I'm like, I don't speak Spanish.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
What's the language in the Philippines?
It's Tagalog.
Tagalog. Do you
Yeah.
speak that at all?
I know words and phrases. I could not carry on a fluent conversation.
That's what you should have just spoke back and Tagalog and
And you
just
would have not
confused the
known.
shit out of
That
them.
would have been so good.
That would've
Well, I've
been
heard
crazy.
Spanish and Tagalog isn't
They are
very
very
different.
s- they're
because
kind
they're
of
based
similar.
on like the same basic
Off
originating
Spanish.
language.
Yeah, because like
the Spain's conquered the Philippines.
yeah,
in
Spain
1800.
conquered the
Yeah.
Philippines.
My roommate pounded that into my head. He probably told me that story in 4 years of college 30 times. Because every time we'd meet somebody, his last name's Sanchez.
Was your
So-
roommate Filipino?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Filipino, his last name's Sanchez. So he always had to explain to people how he wasn't Mexican, how Spanish conquered the Philippines, and blah. So I know all that. But anyway, so
Well, a lot of people really don't know that.
It's true. I mean, a lot of people
Yeah,
don't even
I
know
actually
what the
forgot
Philippines
about
is.
it. Like, I've
Yeah.
heard it
Like
before.
a lot of people don't even know that the Philippines is a place. Like
That's weird.
it,
Oh,
you
a
mean
lot
Japan?
a lot of people
Exactly.
don't know that there's like hundreds of small island countries in
For
the
sure.
we're gonna buy one
Asian.
of these days.
Okay.
inhabited or uninhabited.
Millennialistic island, baby.
What's your end game here?
Dude, I just need a place to dock the pirate ship.
For
baby.
Firefest?
Yes.
That's canceled, guys. Sorry.
No, but
Pixar it
They're
didn't
not
happen.
doing it. Sorry.
Firefest is the equivalent of Pixar didn't happen. Because, like, how bad it was is almost unbelievable until you actually saw the pictures and you're like, oh, it did go down like that.
Yeah, the documentaries were super good.
I thought they were hilarious.
Alright, so, yeah.
But, yes,
kids
people in Tennessee are racist.
Yep. Racist as shit. Including Smyrna High School then, too?
No, it wasn't so bad there. Everything was way more diverse, but still. So in California, there were. I would say that white people were the minority, honestly, because there were so many more like Hispanic people, so many more African Americans, so many more Asian Americans. Like, all of my friends and I were of kind of the same background.
It looked like a 90s McDonald's commercial.
Oh, what commercial?
A McDonald's commercial from the 90s. Remember they had like one white kid, one black kid.
You watching
They have to have.
They like try to be diverse as fuck.
Sure. And then you come here, and then it's you saved it. But
no, that's cool. What'd you do in high school? Any after school activities, sports?
Absolutely. So when I was growing up, I actually took piano and violin.
Oh, you're a pianist.
And I took martial arts.
What kind of martial arts? Like karate?
Fine up. Yeah, it was karate. It was
nice.
a karate.
Could you beat up
class
DJ
after
if you
school.
needed to?
I could absolutely beat up DJ.
If you wanted to.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be a good live episode.
He doesn't mess with me.
That would be a good live epised. DJ and Kristina in the octagon.
I would love that. we have boxing gloves and everything.
I'm not.
You guys spar
gonna
together?
punch you.
Is that date
No,
night? You guys
we do not
ever?
spar together.
What would happen if you guys sparred?
I would go to jail.
You wish. You'd go to the fucking hospital. That's where you'd go.
Yeah, but I'd go to jail because I'd slash her tires after she beat me up.
Dang, that's crazy. So karate. I'm sorry. What else did you say?
Yeah, no, I took piano, I took violin.
So were you in like jazz band in high school, or did you just take like private lessons?
No, I just took the private lessons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Have you done
Absolutely.
anything with that really since? Or?
Oh no.
Oh.
It was one of those things where like all of my cousins were in like after school activities and everyone's trying to one up each other.
Naturally.
So, and like overachieving Asian family, you have to take as many extracurriculars as possible. It was just one of those situations. You have to cram all the knowledge in there.
I had
that's
two
crazy.
good Asian friends growing up. One from China and one from Korea. And their parents were like, you gotta always be doing something. Like, we get to hang out, it was special. Like, I go to Ryan's house, his mom's like, he's studying. I'm like, man, he's always studying. You can hang out for like an hour a day. I'm like, alright, yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
He's a doctor now, actually, so
I've been paid off.
It worked, dude.
Yeah, no, it totally pays off in the end. You just stay busy for a while.
Alright, cool. And did you do like theater?
Ooh, did you do any theater?
Theater.
I never did the theater.
Oh, man.
Okay, what did you do after high school?
After high school, well, in high school I was on the dance team for like.
Oh, okay, alright, cool.
Yeah, totally.
How was that?
It was fine. I didn't really enjoy public school. I didn't enjoy private school that much either, but just public
screw school
was
in general,
great.
huh?
I know.
No.
What about homeschool? Would that have been better?
Maybe actually.
Did you ever play Dance Dance Revolution?
Yes.
How are you at that?
I think pretty good. It's hard though because the moves aren't very fluid.
No, it's
just
weird. Babs and I
like-
played at Dave and Buster's like a month ago. It's
Yeah.
like it's the whitest white people dancing of all time.
Y'all went to David Buster's and didn't tell me?
Yeah, I think we
was
went for your birthday and didn't
everyone
tell you actually.
It was everyone else's invite.
But okay, so dancing. Anything else? Did you have any boyfriends or
see.
high school crushes?
Oh my god.
That you wish that you were still dating?
Oh no. Like,
DJ, close your ears,
I'm
dude.
an asshole. Sorry.
so it's so
I
funny.
can
So
handle
my
the
first
truth.
boyfriend, exactly. Like DJ and I have had this conversation where we've talked about ex people.
Oh no,
And
don't do that.
it was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
I will say.
No,
It's better to let it out early
It is.
and then
Oh,
it
dude.
come up as a weird thing
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Straight up in the beginning,
Totally.
or not at all ever.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Because then if it ever
like
comes
that.
out and you never just like,
Oh,
Hey, by the way,
Becky,
this
how you
happened,
doing?
like-
Who was that?
that's gonna make for either a bad
Yeah.
fight or just awkward situation for
Absolutely.
somebody.
You gotta be open and honest with your partners from the get go, or else
It'll
things,
turn to.
things come out.
Mm-hmm.
The freaks come out at night.
That's a good song.
I guess that's what. Hey, I actually saw them live.
Okay.
Houdini. It was cool.
Oh.
They actually have a lot of hits from the 80s that you wouldn't know that you knew. And dude, they're like an 80s African American like boy band, and they had like choreographed dances. And Babs and I went and saw they did like a 80s throwback tour at Bridgestone a few years ago, and it was the first time I'd seen grown men do choreographed dances together in years, and it was fucking awesome. It was the best thing I'd seen in forever.
Wait, who's it again?
It's a band called Houdini. They sing,
Yeah.
The Freaks Come Out at Night. They have a song called Friends. They have, I don't know, I said they got a couple of hits.
Okay.
They have songs that have like been in movies that you've probably seen.
Probably
Anyway.
more than likely.
But yeah, that was a cool show.
Yeah.
All right, so after high school,
So-
we
Well,
go straight into the Navy SEALs.
I was gonna say I was gonna talk about. So I had this high school boyfriend.
Oh yeah,
and-
high school boyfriend.
It's okay. I'm gonna keep you on track.
Perfect. No, that's what I
That's a
need.
great guy.
Actually, that's what I thought I had a producer for, but
Hey, I have tried my heart out.
He's doing his job.
I have tried my
it's
heart
hard.
out
It's
to
hard.
point you the right direction. You just
Guys, that's the point of a podcast, is for me to go on stupid tangents
It's
for
fine.
4 hours.
You're
So
kinda-
we're gonna roll it back. We're gonna roll it back.
All right. High school boyfriends that
I
you're still in
had-
love with besides DJ.
Ugh.
Continue.
I would. But yeah, no, my first boyfriend I got my sophomore year of high school, and we were together all the way through my sophomore year of college. We were
Okay,
my
so
first
that's like a long
relationship
distance-
was
or
my
long-term
longest
thing.
relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And that didn't work out. You grow up, you grow apart, whatever. And then the boyfriend I had after that was I met online actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
What'd you use online?
Tumblr.
Tumblr. Wait, what?
Yeah, OG Tumblr.
Wait,
What? I never get hit with a ball on that shit.
wait a
I
minute.
used to go there all the time.
But Tumblr is not a dating website, is it?
It's not.
It's not.
That's the whole thing. I was like, how'd you do that?
So,
No, it was just like
how does that
I
happen?
posted something funny and he like hit me up or whatever. We got to talking. Eventually we met in person. He lived in Florida and he's a total piece of shit.
Florida.
Probably because he's from Florida. But yeah, we met up for the first time. We dated for 2 years, kind of on and off. I think he was cheating on me like the whole time.
Garbage.
I know, right?
Wait, you lived in
Ew.
you lived in California?
No, Tennessee.
I was like, what?
I
That's
live
a
here.
really far.
No, it was from
coast
like
to coast love, bro.
the age
sure.
of 19 to 21 we were together.
So would you say, like, moral of the story is just don't date guys from Florida?
just don't date guys from Florida.
Yeah, have you ever heard the stories of Florida man?
Florida man?
Yeah,
Totally.
Florida, man.
Did he
And
do bath
like-
salts or no? You're an expert. Probably.
Probably. He did a lot of stuff.
Fair enough. Jeez.
Lots of people, you know.
Oh.
Oh gosh,
Oh no.
Florida.
He joined the military halfway through when we were together,
Well, that's
and that kind of made it worse, you
Yeah, that's
know.
Nothing says I'm definitely gonna go be faithful to my new girlfriend.
Like joining the military.
Yep.
Absolutely. But he was how I got to go to Germany and Rome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll take
All
that.
right, shout out.
Thanks to
Shout out Germany and Rome.
shout out Germany and Rome. So yeah, I went to a couple cities in Germany. Their base was in Wiesbaden, and then
I don't even know where that is.
yeah, for sure,
Wiesbaden.
Wiesbaden.
Greg's translation
And,
to D's
Frankfurt.
nuts.
I knew you'd say that. So sure.
Oh my God.
Well, all right, go
Shout
ahead.
out Dr. Dre.
And yeah, so but I like since we weren't together at the time, I was just going to visit or whatever.
Was he flying you out?
No, I flew myself out
That's
actually.
annoying.
I flew myself out. I got my own taxi. I got my own hotel. So I basically took this Europe trip myself.
So he didn't pay for shit.
No, he didn't pay for anything.
Oh, fuck all
So
that.
how many times in the story?
That didn't even count.
Because I was going there to go.
That was the reason you were going
Okay,
there.
what?
He didn't support it in any way. So
No.
fuck
He's in the
that guy.
military?
Yeah. See, like he's just a total piece of shit.
I hate
But
this dude already.
I good.
Well, now I see why you're with DJ. I mean, this is-
I'm an asshole with my shit together ish.
For
I was gonna
sure.
say what you want about his looks, but I don't think he'd do any of that stuff.
No, he's
He really is a sweetheart. Deep down here.
he is. I was gonna say he doesn't show it to
I'll
anybody.
kill all of you.
No,
But,
he's a big, soft
deep down
teddy bear.
behind closed doors, he is a very sweet and loving individual.
He's cried at every movie we've gone to.
Dude,
He cried at Avengers Endgame.
I've never seen it.
When spoiler, when Thanos throws the chick over the cliff, DJ was crying like a baby, dude.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
I was
Anyway.
gonna say spoiler,
Have you really
alert,
not
but you
seen
already
it?
said spoiler.
Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it.
Oh, you're
Avengers
saying
Endgame,
anti-Marvel
fuck
or
you.
like
Get Disney Plus. Like,
It just
Have it?
what are you doing?
It's worth it.
it
For
just got
sure.
ridiculous
That's worth
as
it.
Marvel
far as like
franchise?
the story
No,
shit.
you gotta see it.
It's
Like,
worth it, dude.
You don't have to see
We'll
all
watch
of
it
them.
one
I
day.
agree. It got out of hand there for a little bit. But you gotta see Avengers Endgame. That's the shit.
It's worth it.
So
I'm ready
any
for
other
Borat
BFs
too.
before DJ? Or all
Actually,
lessons?
no. I've only been in like 3 real relationships.
Oh, you
ever,
call your
and
DJs
DJ is
a real
number 3.
relationship. Okay.
Lucky number 3.
Cool.
I was single, but for 4 years between the last one and DJ.
You're dating you, huh?
Well, so
You do you,
I
baby.
went through a weird year 1 of 4. I was just like all depressed and shit for
Aw.
no reason. Year 2, I worked on myself. I became a really awesome person. Year 3 and 4, that was like my experimental years, just doing weird shit with people I didn't know.
All right, cool.
Do
Hey,
something strange for a little piece of change.
hey, we all have that phase. Mine was
Exactly.
sophomore and junior year in college. I get it.
Exactly.
Tinder came out when I was a sophomore
for sure.
in college.
Yes.
So there's 20,000 undergrad students all within a 10-mile radius, and now there's an online app that you can
And
unlimitedly
you
reach
have
out to girls.
Did you ever go
To
make whoopee on
all
the
of them.
Hawkeyes field?
Absolutely not. I would not disrespect now Kinnick Stadium like that. Absolutely not. Well, that's good that you that
And then I
God
met DJ at the end of that.
that God bless the
So-
broken road that led you straight to DJ. Aww.
But I have to tell you about the day that I met DJ.
Oh,
'Cause
please
this is such
tell
a
me
good
this.
story. I love telling people this
Please.
story. So I was actually supposed to go on a date with another man.
Should have done that.
Yeah.
I was working at Vanderbilt. I work at Vanderbilt. I haven't said that
Oh
yet.
yeah.
But I was working, and it was a Friday night, I believe, and I was supposed to go on a date with a lawyer.
Oh, definitely should have.
Oh,
With a
damn.
lawyer.
Like you probably wouldn't be sitting on this couch today doing this podcast had you
It's
done that,
fine.
but you'd probably be in some
I'm-
nice loft in East
I am
Nashville.
so happy where I am right now.
Oh,
Uh,
insert the awe effect here, DJ, please.
but on my way home, I got into a car accident. It was just like a fender bender,
Oh.
a little bumper to
God.
bumper situation in Nashville traffic.
Thank God.
Yeah, exactly.
So you couldn't meet up with that guy because you got in an accident?
No, I'll get there.
Oh,
So that happens, and that's actually how I know the day we met with this because it's on an insurance policy.
that's hilarious.
But I get home, right? So I'm texting this guy, like, you know, when you want to meet up, whatever. I'm already ready. I'm done up. And he just, like, never texts me back.
Garbage.
Ever. No, he did text me back. He texted me back the next day, but I then ghosted him.
Oh,
so,
you ghosted him.
Reverse ghost.
Yeah. So, DJ and I were talking at the time on Tinder, and he was wanting to hang out. We were probably talking for like, I don't know, a few days. But he was wanting to hang out, and I was like, I'm dressed up. I'm like mad. So, like, yeah, let's hang
Get all
out.
dolled up for
Let's
nothing.
hang out. And he didn't tell me his name was DJ. It was Daniel. So I called him Daniel until I found out that other people called him DJ.
We haven't said his government name on the podcast.
Yeah. So
now people with witness protection are going to be able to find him.
they're going to be like, here he is. Found him.
If I was in witness protection, I failed at keeping my shit together.
It's true. So we went to the Green Dragon on our first date.
Oh, the Green Dragon isn't
which is
open
no
anymore.
longer open, and that makes me really sad.
It makes
'cause
me really sad.
I really liked that place. Bring back the Green Dragon.
Dude, Brand
Shout out Green Dragon.
We'll plug that shit on here every week
Oh,
before
yeah.
we charge.
Shout out OTR.
So the Green Dragon, for those of you that don't live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, was a Tolkien themed, like
Lord of the
Middle Earth
Rings.
type theme. Yeah, Lord of the Rings themed bar. They had awesome like draft beer.
I almost worked there.
Meats.
Almost worked there.
Babs loves like their cheese trays.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
cheese
dude,
tray
yeah.
with the
Beer is
apricot,
Yeah.
Just like the decor, like you felt like you were in the
Yeah.
Prancing
their
Pony.
peach pepper jelly.
Oh my god.
Are you a Lord of the Rings fan, Kristina?
I'm more of like
She's a Harry Potter.
the Harry
girl.
Potter side of the fantasy
Harry
world.
Potter.
But like Lord of the Rings is cool too. The movies are just really long.
See, I'm
and
a
I
Lord of
don't
the
know.
Rings guy more than Harry Potter guy.
yeah,
She's more
for
of the
sure.
Harry Potter person in
For
the
sure.
household.
Definitely more Lord of the Rings. What house would you have been if you were at Hogwarts?
100% Hufflepuff.
Slytherin.
Oh, why do you say Hufflepuff?
Well, that's what Pottermore tells me. But
Yeah.
also, I'm like just a very soft baby. Like.
Yeah, I try to toughen her up all the time because she's just too nice most of the time. I'm just
That's
like,
why we have her on this podcast, because she's a good soul.
well, yes, obviously, but you can be a good soul with, a little tough.
What do you think would have been some of your favorite classes at Hogwarts?
So
Like,
my
what would you have enjoyed
favorite-
studying?
My favorite franchise of like the whole Hogwarts thing is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, like Newt Scamander's Bay.
Nerd alert.
Hot take,
So,
Kristina.
like,
I haven't
mythical
seen
beasts.
any of those.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, they're actually some of my favorite stuff for the
They
Harry
are
Potter.
So good. Yeah, like.
That's like a prequel, right?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like-
it is.
It's a side
It's a
story,
prequel
but
with
it-
also a side story with a different person.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
So it's
prequel
in the
some
same
other.
timeline as,
You
like,
prequel
Harry?
some main characters in the Harry Potter.
Right, you ain't seen them?
I haven't seen a single
We're
one.
gonna
Look,
watch
we're
them.
gonna change your life.
Yeah.
They're
Have
pretty
you
You have both of them, don't you?
I have both of them on DVD.
have you been to Universal and checked out all the stuff
I
there?
want to.
It's awesome. You're obviously much more of a Harry Potter fan than I am, and I love the shit out of it, so I know that.
Oh, okay,
you
so I
dig
would
it.
really like it.
But if you go, it's kind of shitty. It's smart on Universal's end, but it makes it really expensive. So what you have to do if
Sure.
you do it right is you really have to get a 2-day pass. There's 2 theme parks, right? There's Universal Studios, and then there's the Island of Adventure.
Okay.
Okay, so Universal Studios, you have the Hogwarts, like all that shit, like the castle, all that shit. In Isle of Adventure, you have Diagon Alley
Oh.
and all that shit, and that's cool too. And to get in between,
Well, I thought that stuff was together. Is it not?
well, you can get a combined pass. You can either go, you can choose to go to one or the other parks, or you can get a combined pass.
Oh.
And then, but you get from Diagon Alley to Hogwarts and vice versa via the Hogwarts Express, and it's like an extra like $60 to do that. Like, it's crazy, but like you gotta do it all,
If you're gonna
and
go
it takes
do
2 days
Sure.
for sure. It takes 2 full days if you do it right. Do all the rides and all that shit. Get a butterbeer.
Yes.
We watched. They do the demonstration where the kids pick out their wands.
I was gonna say I would.
It's the
I would
cutest.
absolutely do. I would wear my little because I have like a little Newt Scamander outfit.
She does.
I do. It's
Yeah, so I don't know what that is.
I got her the
So
new
he's a
Scamander wand.
magizoologist, which is what I would totally be if I were in the Harry Potter world.
Oh, this is a Fantastic Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like a Pokemon, like.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, he's like a Fantastic Beast Pokemon
Yeah,
trainer.
which also
Yeah.
Pokemon is my favorite.
Oh yeah, she knows her Pokemon.
I want to know, alright, so at this park, is Emma Watson there?
Dude,
That's the only ride I
Do
For
can
an extra $35,000, Universal might can make that happen.
Emma Watson. I don't know.
Well,
Is she included in your
yeah,
day
she's
pass?
there. I'm
So-
going.
Yeah, no. That you gotta go to Hollywood for that. Okay, wait. This actually ties into a lot of what I want to talk to you about. So a big part of your lifestyle, Kristina, is this is on the notes, right? What are we at? Oh, never mind. Okay, so
There are no notes.
Kristina, so segment here that I want to get into is like you're a big gamer. You do a lot of
Yeah.
gaming online. You do a lot of
Absolutely.
board games.
Board games, D&D.
Let us into your
Video
world.
games.
Tell me about it. Animal
Yes.
Crossing.
I
go.
love Animal Crossing, Pokemon. Like.
Okay, let me ask. How'd you get into that realm?
One thing, so growing up as an only child, my parents definitely encouraged me to play a lot of video games.
Damn, tight.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, and at any hard parts, I would be like, "Hey, Dad, can you help me?" So he would play like I had a Nintendo 64. The Pikachu Nintendo 64 was my very first game console ever. And then I also got a Game Boy Color when those came out.
Oh, nice.
And Pokemon Yellow was my very first Game Boy game. And
Pokemon Yellow?
yeah,
Is that your favorite?
it's not because they force you to start with the Pikachu, which is
Is Pokemon Red your favorite?
so difficult.
Red.
Yeah, Red is the best.
Yes.
Red was your
Red
favorite?
is the best.
Red.
Actually, out of the 3 originals, Red is my favorite. But Crystal, Pokemon Crystal is my most
Crystal
favorite.
and Sapphire were good.
Hey, another hot take. I've never played any of those games.
Wow, Brandon.
Your childhood sucks.
How'd you end up the host of this?
So get this. So when I was a kid, I was just a weird kid. I don't know, my brain worked different.
You are a weird kid,
I
bud.
was a Digimon kid.
Hey, I like
Digimon too.
Hey, I like Digimon too, but
But like,
Pokemon came
I
first.
kind of like Digimon exclusively.
I watched Digimon cartoon, all the episodes.
I love the
I
cartoon.
love the
Yes.
cartoon. I watched like 3 seasons.
So
of that.
no Yu-Gi-Oh then.
So growing up playing video games, no Yu-Gi-Oh. I found
love
it.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Bro,
too.
Yu-Gi-Oh was that shit.
I found
The
a
card game
giant
is
deck
legit.
of magic cards.
Yeah.
I found probably 500 magic cards somewhere. I don't even know. And
like
tried to
it.
sell them, and
It looks
they were
so
worth
cool.
nothing.
They do. Yeah.
That's
and
why you
the
gotta take
cartoon
them
was awesome.
somewhere like Gen Con. And
Yeah, I
you'll
was
get
gonna bring up
you'll
Gen
get max
Con.
dollar at a place like that.
Well, let me ask you first, Kristina. What? Sorry, allergies. What was the first video game? What was the first video game you grew up on?
It was Pokemon. It was Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium,
Stadium.
Pokemon Yellow.
So you weren't a big
Hey, you Pikachu.
you weren't a big console gamer in your adolescence.
What?
I had the
All-
Nintendo 64.
All of those are
Oh,
console.
I'm sorry.
Were
I
you
was-
a console kid?
No. I was straight PlayStation.
Did you grow up with an iPad or something?
No. I was straight PlayStation. No. I'm sorry. You said that you had a Game Boy, and
I did have a Game Boy.
Yeah, I
But I
was
also
in the
had a
realm of-
Nintendo 64.
So you played all of those games on 64 too?
Yeah.
Did you ever play James Bond Goldeneye?
I did. I have it now, actually. I still have a Nintendo 64.
Dude,
That's
And I
Pikachu
have,
edition.
Yep. Like the OG.
The OG blue
Yeah.
and no, yellow,
Blue and yellow.
orangish.
When you turn it on, his cheeks light up.
That's fucking
It's
gangster.
the cutest thing ever. And
She's about that life.
So you've blossomed now. You do a lot of PC gaming, yeah?
I quite a bit right now. I've been really
Allegedly?
into Stardew Valley.
Oh, you play Stardew Valley?
Yeah.
She
Wait.
does.
Bobby Lee loves Stardew Valley.
Same.
Bobby Lee's one of my favorite comics / podcasters. Shout out Bad Friends. Shout out Tiger Belly. He talks about Stardew Valley all the time, but I don't know what that is. Can you tell me?
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
this either. Yeah.
So, it's an RPG where you're like a farmer.
Yeah, that's what Bobby Lee's saying. Actually, now you say.
Yeah, like I can't say it without making it sound kind of lame, but like when you play it, it's so much fun.
It's like a real life simulator, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a real time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have this farm, you collect resources, you craft, you plant crops to make money, you make friends within your little city, you like develop a romance and get married, you can mine for like gems and it's like really cool. There is a deeper like story to it. There is like a kind of deal with it. And there's like monsters, there's combat, so when you go into the
nice.
mines
Ooh.
for gems and stuff, you have to fight these like slime monsters, but it's so fun and it's like relaxing. It's not stressful. Like I hate first person shooters because for one, I'm not a competitive person. I just don't care about winning.
Okay. I respect that.
And like, it's just so
I respect
stressful.
it, but it bothers me a little bit, but because of how competitive I am.
Yeah, DJ is the competitive one, and I just don't give any shit.
This game has really good reviews.
Yeah, it's amazing.
97%, 10 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, like I said, Bobby Lee like raves about it. Like whenever Andrew Santino and Bad Friends is like, "What have you been up to?" He's like, "Well,
It's so good.
been playing Stardew Valley."
But I will say it is a play off of Harvest Moon that Nintendo did first. So,
So
yeah.
Stardew Valley's PC.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
What other PC games do you play?
Another one I've been playing a lot is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy, where you're an attorney, and it's way cooler than it sounds. See,
She's a
all
big
those
indie
things I
gamer.
say sound lame,
What's that one
but they're
again?
actually
Okay.
called Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
We need to hear her out.
Yeah, for sure. And you're an attorney. You're Phoenix Wright. It's your first year being like an actual attorney, and you're getting these cases, and you just have to solve these cases. Yeah,
Okay.
it's that dude right there. But
Okay. Ace Attorney.
you like solve murders, which I love true crime. So like solving murders and stuff is
Compare it to Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh, it's not. I can't.
No,
What
it's
kind of
nothing close to
comparison?
that.
Unable to do.
That's nothing to
not
do with
compare it.
lawyers. She's just a
No,
criminal.
not at all.
I to be honest, I cannot compare it to another game. It's its own deal. But if anyone is into like true crime and forensics and stuff, I highly suggest you check it out.
Oh shit, my phone's beeping.
So unprofessional. I'm the worst.
Very.
And then you also play on the Switch now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What do you play on the Switch? Animal Crossing?
Animal Crossing. I mean,
Did you get
all
your
the
turnips today?
Pokemons. I did. I bought probably $500 worth of turnips.
Wow.
Gonna turn those around.
That's a
for
good market
another
price, yeah?
million. Yeah.
Oh, let's go. So if you guys are, is the market still up or is the market closed for today?
It's closed. They close at noon.
Ah, gosh. So if you, by the time you're in, this is Monday morning anyway.
I've had
if you did
to,
not get your turnips, we should have done that in the announcements.
Buy
I've
your
had
turnips.
to, while she's been at work, sometimes get
Yeah.
on her
Oh.
Switch to check her
Yeah,
turnip
I'll
prices
text
and let her
DJ.
know.
Oh, so get this. Oh wait, no, you go first. You'll
I'll
Yeah.
text DJ while I'm at work and be like, "Hey, can you get on my Switch real quick and check turnip prices for the day? Pretty please."
Is it real time?
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
So
kind of
one
cool.
time, Babs and I like had errands to run, or we were at brunch or something, and all of a sudden, Babs started getting really stressed out, like really frustrated with me, like out of nowhere. Get into a big fight, argument, and we get home, blah, blah, blah. I come to find out later that the underlying issue of why she's so upset is because we missed the market had closed on turnips, and she had missed the prices. I guess there was a good market price that week,
get it.
and she was frustrated. I didn't understand, because to me, if this was something going on in my video game, I'm pretty sure my wife wouldn't give a fuck. But apparently, this is like a big deal.
Look, if you
It's
you
a big
shell
part of
out
the game.
on turnips and then you have to end up selling them back for less than you bought them, you're out
fucked.
lots of money, man. Like,
You use real money
it's
to buy 'em?
trash. No.
It's really stressful.
Have you ever
Just
used?
socks.
This is something I'm interested in. Have you ever used actual U.S. dollars to purchase like in-app purchases or in-game
Oh my gosh,
purchases
yeah.
all the time?
I'm the worst.
Really?
I don't do it all the time, but I have done it before.
Give me like an estimated total dollar amount of what you think you've spent on video games.
on video games as a
Like
whole?
like an like an in-game or like in-app purchases outside of like,
okay, like in-app purchases. I don't know.
Like for resources
I
or
probably
crystals.
spent like $20.
Oh, that's
Like,
not even
no.
that bad.
That's nothing.
But I don't play a lot of like phone, like
Yeah.
mobile games. I have like a select few mobile games that I play.
Are there a lot of in-game purchases on PC? A lot?
It
or
depends
not
on what
really?
game you're playing.
Yeah, it really
Kinda what
depends
you're
what
doing.
I play this game called Blush Blush that DJ hates.
It's an interesting game. It's weird.
Alright, look at
What's
it.
Blush Blush?
So it's a clicker game.
It's- yeah.
Basically, it's like Cookie Clicker, except you're dating animal boys. It's so funny.
It's interesting,
Blush
but
blush?
Blush Blush.
it's 18 and older. Also.
It is. It's rated M for mature.
Yeah.
Babs is downloading this now. It's like all of her.
It's a clicker game where you
9 out of 10.
She's not
and
there
you
now.
date boys. And the
Animal boys.
whole premise. Okay, so I spent extra money so I could get the mature.
Oh my
version.
god!
Yeah, no, it's
Okay.
so fun.
It's definitely a chick game.
It's definitely. I mean,
a
whatever
ladies'
it
game.
does. don't assign a gender to
Is
it.
there a girl
No,
version
I
of
was
this?
gonna say, you know what it is? It's a what do they call it? This is like the cultural standard for men. That's a what do they call it? When it's like unattainable, like we can't actually look like that.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay.
It's like when women
Not tangible.
yeah, but like
Unattainable
it's like when women are like
Unattainable
yeah, it's
standards.
like, not double standards. but it's like
Unattainable.
when women are like, well, it's all hot models on.
Well,
I don't know.
Jealousy.
What do they call it.
look.
I don't know. Dude.
So this game.
It just seems sexist. is what I'm saying.
So this game.
There's a lady
There's
version.
a lady version called Crush Crush.
Oh hell yeah! We're downloading that as soon as we're done
So
here.
yeah, I paid extra money to get the filter taken off the game. So you have
No ads.
you unlock all of the mature content
Sure.
Okay.
because it has mature content.
Okay. So you can see the boobs and the vagina. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's all dick and
Can't
balls.
say
Dick and balls. That's funny.
But-
Dude, do you guys think that's weird about like Japanese
Crush.
porn? How they blur everything? Is that
Oh,
weird?
I don't know why. I don't
Yeah.
know why that is a thing, but that's Crush Crush. Yeah, it's just little anime girls.
Call the one on the right.
I've watched her
Yes.
play this game, and it just seems like a lot of work.
That's what video games
Well,
are.
have you tried Crush Crush?
No, he hasn't.
It sounds like you need to try Crush Crush.
No,
And
because
can
you
have-
just sit there and click your mouse constantly.
okay and beat
Well,
off to some
but-
animal titties. It sounds like.
No,
Sounds like a good time.
no, because that's what I'm saying. I've watched her play, and it takes like a week at least to get a semi-step forward in the process.
But you get boosts, and that boosts
I
the
get
amount
that.
of time it takes
Yeah.
to earn money and to earn skills.
Oh, you have to
and-
pay for sex, so it's like a prostitution ring.
No, you take them on dates, okay? And these dates cost money or gifts.
Like real life.
Yeah, for sure.
Like 16 million gifts.
Can you email them like, can we make out?
Too soon.
When's the next
Too
time?
soon.
No,
When's the next time you're coming to Denver? We should meet up.
it's not that realistic,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no, that's crazy. Oh, okay.
But that is a game that I've had to make like in-game purchases for.
Worth it. See, it's worth it or something like that.
Crush, baby.
Very cool. Okay, tell me about like board card games you're into.
Board and card games.
You
so
mentioned
I'm just
D&D.
gonna throw Gen Con. I'm gonna throw Gen Con out right now.
Shout out Gen
Shout
Con.
Shout out Gen Con. It's
RIP Gen Con 2020.
Hashtag cancel
Gen Con
culture.
2020,
I'm
I
sorry,
know.
guys.
It's really sad. We had tickets and a reservation at a hotel and everything to go this year, but just not happening at the end of July. But it is the most amazing experience because there's an expo room where you can play test games, you can try games out, you can see new ones that are on Kickstarter, and then there's
Yeah.
other booths there for dice or minifigs or art. There's a lot of good artists
You could have
there.
bought the Infinity Gauntlet last year.
Yeah, they have.
You don't even know where that's from because you haven't seen Endgame.
I know what it is.
You don't even get the
I've seen
reference.
memes, bro.
What's your favorite genre of game, if you will?
Genre?
Kind of in that.
I just, like I said, I'm not a super competitive person, but I like the super casual. I like board games that are similar to. I don't know. I grew up playing a lot of Shoots and Ladders and Candyland, and
Oh, same.
but
Okay,
oh
so.
no,
Oh, go
my
ahead.
favorite genre of game is the Cards Against Humanity type.
Okay.
I love hilarious
User-based
card
card
games.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have this game called Whatever where you have to do ridiculous stuff.
Oh my god.
That was my
Shout out
favorite
Whatever.
game. Yeah,
Guys-
one time we had Xavier put his
Yes.
foot with a sock on into my toilet
Flush it.
and flush it.
Yeah,
I
because
love
the
that.
card
His
said
whole
so.
foot.
That's
Yup.
wild.
Yep.
That's
I had
wild.
to go
See, I
outside.
couldn't
You
hate
gotta play
games
that.
like that, because then I'd be like, well, now my socks all fucking.
Oh, I gave him a sock.
Yeah.
They can make you do some weird stuff,
It
bro.
makes you do weird stuff.
You
And I
gotta,
love-
you gotta be comfortable with people you're playing with, or
Yeah,
Not-
real comfortable.
not
For
give a
sure.
shit.
Or not give.
So, whatever Cards Against Humanity, what other ones do you like that?
There's
in that,
like, there's the drinking card games are really fun where you have to like answer questions or do a certain activity or whatever. Like those are my favorite.
Yeah,
I
so-
love like the truth or dare type games where you gotta like just get real deep and personal. You gotta do weird shit around your house.
I'm so glad you brought that up
Oh,
because
stupid
okay, so DJ and I were doing updates in the studio and we were talking about show notes the other day.
Yeah.
And you, Kristina, are one of my favorite people to get drunk with because
Thank you.
if you think Kristina is just the cutest, most adorable thing sober, just add alcohol, and oh my gosh,
Instant fun.
It's either like cute, laughy, giggly, or like deep cuts at DJ, and either are the fucking best, dude. I love it. What's your favorite alcoholic beverage?
I'm so on these like Smirnoff seltzers right now.
Oh yeah.
They're
The red
so
Smirnoff ones?
good.
What's different from that? Like a Smirnoff Ice. I feel like that's supposed. Oh no, that's not the same at all.
A little bit different because they're not seltzers, but
Yeah, no, they're totally different. That was a dumb comment. Those are more like margaritas, if anything.
totally.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just like
I'm a fucking idiot.
the Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Oh, so one time I was drinking a whole lot of the Jack Daniels watermelon punch. And we were playing that game, whatever, at my friend's house. My friends Dustin and Brittany, shout out to them.
Dustin and Brittany.
We were playing at their
Shout
house
out.
one day. They were having I think it was Dustin's birthday party. But I had a lot of those watermelon punches, and we were playing that game, and Dustin's card was to put anything, or it was my card, and someone had to put anything on a spoon, and I had to eat it. And so I closed my eyes, and he like went into his kitchen and got like a chicken tender and some hot sauce and some other stuff. And
Oh, that's not so bad.
it was no, he
Was
was,
it
very
super
nice
duper hot?
to me. So I had my eyes closed, right? Because I didn't want to see what he put on the spoon before I ate it.
Yeah.
Because I knew I would hate it. Because I'm just
Yeah.
like one of those person. I don't like
It's not
I don't
gonna be a
like
banana.
mayonnaise. I don't like mustard. I don't like a lot of sauces.
I don't like mustard.
Yeah, I just don't like vinegar based or mayonnaise based things, which is everything. So I closed my eyes, and he put a chicken tender on this spoon, which it was totally valid, and I was stupid for not looking at it before putting it in my mouth. But I was going to just like swallow it immediately without tasting it.
Oh no! Oh no! I think I know the punchline.
How did she die?
By chicken tender. So I tried to swallow this piece of a chicken tender whole, and immediately my immediate reaction is to vomit. So,
Oh no!
'cause
All
I
over
didn't
the
know
card
it was
table and
coming.
everything?
No, I vomited in my mouth and I covered my mouth and I had to run. The stupidest part was we were outside, so I could have just ran into the grass, but I ran into their house and then started puking.
Did you make it to the trash can?
No.
Oh
Oh.
no.
And I drank so many of those watermelon punches that it was red
Just
stained.
pink- oh,
It was
forever?
just red. No, not
Gross.
forever. I did clean it up after, but
Damn.
that's like a memory I'll never forget.
Alright, well, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna pay some bills, and we'll be right back on Millennialistic.
And
Welcome back to episode 12 of Millennialistic. We're back with our friend Kristina. So Kristina, we just got done talking about how are my levels, by the way, DJ? We just got done talking about all of your gaming life. Did we miss anything? Are there any like
I don't
big
big
things?
big things.
Any like influential games that impacted your life that we're missing?
A lot of it was Pokemon. I'll be real.
How would you? I want to ask you this. Rate on a scale from 1 to 10 Monopoly.
Basic.
I want to give that one a 3.
Monopoly's my favorite board game of all time.
Why?
Basic. Right.
Okay, so I didn't grow up as an only child, but I was weird, and none of my siblings ever wanted to hang out with me. so I pretty much kind of grew up another child.
Okay.
So when I was a kid, I used to play Monopoly by myself. And I would play 6-person Monopoly.
By yourself?
Yeah. And just roll around the board.
And you're always rich and always poor.
Oh, so you would always win. That's why you like
I'd always win and I'd always lose. It was an emotional roller coaster for me, which is why I'm so fucked up in the
I
head
see.
today.
I don't have like the attention span to play Monopoly.
It's just a really, really long time. It's not just like a attention span problem, I feel like. I think the games actually just take so long to play. You have to be like all about it.
It's
Yeah.
honestly,
Oh,
they did a
really, I think.
mobile, they did a mobile
Oh,
version.
yeah.
And it's
True.
fun because you can play with computer players and like fast forward through their turns, and so you can get a game over in like 20 minutes. So that's fun.
That is nice. Yeah, I think the computer versions of like Monopoly and the Game of Life and all that jazz, those are super fun.
See, I didn't like the Game of Life or like Candyland because I felt like they always got over too soon.
It's true.
Is that the point though? Kind of.
I mean,
Oh,
life.
dark.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is
Well,
true.
Yeah, life will pass
life's
you
short.
by.
I
I'm sure
guess.
some people are counting on
That
yours
was
to
from
go.
last-
Hey, that's why people listen to this podcast, though, is for stuff like this. Okay, so you work as a vet tech.
Yeah.
So you work at Vanderbilt Hospital,
Yes, absolutely.
right? So tell us about that. Is that something you went to school for?
So,
Obviously, probably, yeah.
my journey as a vet tech, I started out as a 19-year-old, you know, picking up dog poop as a kennel assistant. So I handled like the boarding area of an animal hospital because that's how you have to get your foot in the door in that
Okay.
industry is boarding and picking up poop. You know, started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Now we're here. So how long did you do that for?
I did that for 2 years, and
Wow.
and that's while I was going to MTSU.
Okay.
So I got my bachelor's degree before I got my associate's degree to get my vet tech license.
Interesting. What'd you get your bachelor's in?
I got it in. I double majored in animal science and biology. So I double majored. So I had to take.
What'd you go to school for, Brian?
I'm confused why you can't be a vet tech with those two bachelors.
Well,
Like
it's
those
a
two
very
degrees.
specific type of schooling that you need. I went into vet tech school with all of the information, but I there was still more on top
Like,
of that.
okay, so you felt like you really gained a lot out of the
For sure.
additional associate.
For
okay.
sure, because I mean, at MTSU with an animal science degree, they focus a lot on agriculture, so spent more time with cows and horses
I got you.
and stuff like that.
So this gave you a more
So
specified
yeah, absolutely.
dogs and cats. type
More,
deal.
yeah, dogs and cats, small animals, stuff like that. So now I just have like a very broad background in all the animals.
Very cool. How's your
all
time?
the sciences because of that extra biology major.
How was your time at MTSU overall?
I loved it. It was great. I miss it kind of.
Oh, what dorm did you stay in?
I didn't. I lived at home.
Oh, nice.
Since I lived in Smyrna, it was
Yeah,
only
that's
like
right
a
there.
30-minute drive,
Yeah, word.
so I didn't have to stay in a dorm.
Yeah, no, MTSU is a really good school. Actually, we've had a lot of guests on this podcast that have gone to MTSU at one
Sure.
time or another. Where'd you do your associates at? Motlow State?
My associate, so only a select few colleges offer veterinary technician, like the veterinary technical program. So I had to go to Columbia State.
Is that in Columbia?
And it
Is that a dumb
is.
question?
Yeah, you are so
Yep.
right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Nothing gets past me, Kristina.
Yeah, so I drove 45 minutes to an hour every morning to get to school at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. classes, and it's not like a curriculum where you get to choose what days and what hours your classes are. It's a straight up 8 to 3:30.
Oof,
Like
fun.
that's how your classes are.
Like Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
At least like the drive from Smyrna to Columbia probably.
Did you work at the same time?
Like
I
no
did,
Nashville
yeah.
traffic,
I worked
right?
part-time. And while I was there, I was done being a kennel assistant and I moved up to being a vet assistant. Because that's the next step, is vet assisting. So I was a vet assistant part-time while I was going to school, 40 hours a week. And
Jesus, that's a lot.
and that was first year. There's 2 years for your vet tech program. The The second year, they're a little more lax on you because it's your last year, but you have internships you need to take care of. So I did 6 internships in that year. And you would alternate days. So like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you'd have classes, and Tuesday and Thursday, you'd go to your internships for the full day.
How did you like doing that as opposed to like
I
classwork?
freaking loved it.
Yeah, way
It
better
was
being
so
in the
much
field.
fun.
That's good.
One of the places I went to an equine hospital, so I got to work with the horses. I went to 2 different dairies, so I got to work on a dairy farm for about a year total, which was so fun.
That's nice. Actually, I have a lot of my grandfather's a dairy farmer, and
Really?
a lot of my aunts and like cousins are still in that field.
Really?
So yeah, I never knew how much like
Dude.
a prize bull, like cattle bull could be.
For
And
sure.
it's like, that shit's like $500,000.
It's so fun,
That's
man. I love
nuts.
cows. I love
Um,
cows.
so you have like a very broad background.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like you
And
could work
then
on any animal.
Another 6 months I spent at Walden's Puddle, wildlife rehabilitation. So I did 6 months with wildlife rehab.
What kind of wildlife?
You know, like raccoons, possums, birds.
Oh, okay. I had like
Squirrels?
I had like tigers and black
No.
panthers. And like,
Yeah, because we just got tigers out in the wild
no,
here.
okay. When you said wildlife, I assumed it was like one of those places that like when people buy exotic animals and then like
Oh,
they
sure.
they
Like a
inevitably
Joe
end up getting
Exotic
locked
situation?
in prison. Then like you guys come and get it because
No, I mean that's totally next on my list. I want to work with everything.
well, that's what I was gonna ask you is like what if you could make a living working on any animal specifically,
Ooh,
or if like money wasn't a thing.
Dude,
what
if
animal?
money wasn't a thing, I'd work at a zoo, hands down.
Dinosaurs.
A zoo?
A zoo, yeah.
Do zoos not pay well?
No, they don't.
For real?
Unfortunately. For real. Actually, the girl whose job I took that left Vanderbilt went to work at a zoo, and she said, the pay cut sucks, but like you get to work with all these amazing animals.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like your best friends, like giraffes and shit.
Yeah, isn't that
That'd be so
wonderful?
What's
So
your favorite
that's what
animal
I-
ever?
Raccoons.
Raccoons are your favorite?
I love raccoons.
That's why you're with DJ. You like trashy animals.
I love
No, she's a klepto.
Animals.
She's a klepto. She just has stashes in the house. She's more of raccoon.
I am more raccoon.
That's
DJ's
hilarious.
just more trash than I am.
That's hilarious. That's what, so you've been pretty much in that field for how many years now?
7 years. Yeah,
Wow,
this
that's
is
crazy.
year 7 that I've been working with animals.
What's like the craziest case you've ever had? Can I ask you about that?
Ooh,
Have you had
yeah,
anything like
absolutely.
traumatic?
Ooh.
Oh, so many. Like, the whole field is very traumatic. I think you have to be a very special person to
Heartless
deal
person.
with death on a daily basis.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, that's the most common thing I see is just, like, death and stuff like that. But-
From like, do you guys like do euthanizations
Yeah,
or?
yeah, for
oh,
sure.
gosh. What do they? Can I ask this? What
Yeah.
do they do with the animals when they're done with that?
Well, it depends on what, different places do it different, but if the owner, say,
Like if they wanted to keep it, they could.
yeah, everything gets cremated. Whether you want it cremated or not, everything gets cremated.
Oh, but the owner can keep the
But
ashes.
the owner can choose to get it returned.
So, but they can't choose whether it gets cremated or not.
Correct.
But what
Not even
about
a dead body?
the cryo freezing or whatever?
Yeah, you can pay a lot extra, and get them frozen. So a conference that I go to every year for my continuing education credits, there's a booth that does, I don't know if it's called cryo freezing, but it's some sort of freezing where they're like a mannequin. It's like taxidermy, but not really.
It's carbonite freezing. It's what they put Han Solo, when he was delivered to Jabba.
He said so for sure.
I didn't know you could do that with
I
pets.
don't think that's what it is, but
No. I have a picture. They have this
Big
pup that
dreamin'.
they bring in every single year, and it's in a laying down position, and they put it in a bed, and you think it's real, but then you can pick it up, and it's
yeah, she was at the
It's like
convention and sent me a
taxidermy.
picture of this dog in a dog bed just laying there posted up, and I was like, that's dope. The dog's just hanging out. She's like, no, it's dead. I'm like, what?
Is that creepy?
It was, but until she explained to me this whole freezing process, and I was like, man, that's
guys
actually
ever do
kind of
that?
awesome. Like,
Would you ever do that?
Would you? Get
Sarge is so majestic, I might.
He might be expensive, but like.
Just give him a nice sitting poised stage.
I feel like the only way I would ever do that with a dog is if he was like a grand champion at like dog shows.
Dude,
or,
Sarge is a grand champion. What are you talking about?
or if he ever like saved a human's life from like drowning in a river or like a fire.
Sure.
And was like a hero. Then I would do that. And I'd donate
Oh,
it to
for
the
sure.
local fire department.
Absolutely. Put it in a museum.
And they could keep it.
Well, that'd be cute.
That's so cool though. What give me like what do you love about being, I mean, to do it that long, you obviously have to enjoy what you're doing. Give me some highlights.
Yeah. So I had it's a case by case. You see different stuff like every single day. I worked in general practice for about 4 years out of the 7, which is just like a regular veterinary hospital. And you see, like, there's a huge, like, feeling of satisfaction and gratification when you see, like, an animal come in. For example, there was this one dog, his name was Floyd, and he was one of my favorites. And this woman, on accident, I won't say it wasn't her fault, but she, there was this bottle of Raid that said like for fleas and ticks, and she sprayed the Raid on the dog. It was awful, like super severe chemical burns all down his back.
Well,
It was very hard to look
she
at.
didn't read the instructions.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
You gotta read the label.
And
on
you
that
gotta read
stuff.
these labels, especially if you're gonna put it on a live living
Yeah,
thing.
no, that's crazy.
So, Floyd came in. He had all these severe burns all the way down his back. You know, you don't know if it's gonna get infected and then go like septic or something. But he came in every single day for 3 weeks, and we would wash his back and just give it. We did something called like hydrotherapy, where we would just spray water, and there was like a little pulsing thing where you could pulse water onto it, and then we would put like a nice Chlorhex scrub on top of it to keep it clean. Because I mean, his whole back was just like a big open wound at that point. But like 3 weeks to a month later, it was completely healed up. Like hair wouldn't grow back, but it was like very. It was a very like beautiful thing to see him come
Not
in happy
anymore either.
from when before he was coming in, and he didn't want anybody to touch him because he hurt so bad.
Well, as it, like with something like chemical burn, I mean, that's all
Yeah,
you can really do is
absolutely.
just dilute it in water and hope it, washes out. That's crazy. That makes me so sad. So you
I
see
know.
that stuff?
I
on
see
Reddit?
that stuff all the time. Like, it's very depressing.
Honestly, I don't want you to share anymore on interesting. I'm not trying to depress everybody out.
No, it's
With
totally
dead
okay.
dog
See,
stories.
so like, yeah.
Do you have any happy stories?
I mean, that was a happy
Probably not.
story.
Probably, I was gonna say, that's probably about as happy as it gets.
That was a happy story. Like, yeah, he came back and his back was all healed, and his skin was like fine, and everything was good. He was a happy boy by the end of it.
Makes it all worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it fills your heart with joy.
It's adorable. It's adorable. What else about vet tech?
So
What
now I'm not in general practice anymore. I'm actually in biomedical research. So I do get to use my biology minor.
That's cool.
At
Wait,
work.
so you do like animal testing for like makeup companies?
Nope. Nope.
Why would Vanderbilt do makeup tests?
Maybelline's got that money, bro.
I was gonna say somebody's got to do it. Who does those?
I'm super against like cosmetic testing on animals. The way I explain it to people, my particular job is overseeing the health and welfare of animals that like assist us with treating cancer, like diabetes, glaucoma, depression, stuff like that. And like Vanderbilt has done so much for, like, we have new like artificial kidneys that are coming out to help people that are on dialysis and stuff.
So you use your animal research to then turn around and help humans
And animals. I mean,
and animals.
it works. It works both ways. All of the vaccines that babies get, that animals get, everything that's gone into your body medicine-wise has had some sort of animal influence. Like,
How are you guys working on a coronavirus vaccine?
yeah, for sure.
You guys are?
Yeah, we are at Vanderbilt. I personally don't get to put my hands on it because they hired their own vet tech specifically just for coronavirus. But I work with like RSV.
I don't know who that is.
Gangrene. It's like a respiratory. we have the flu. We have, let's see. I mean, it's just a lot of bacterias that could really mess you up. We've got like listeria. We've got botulism. We've got Pseudomonas, which is like a super gross bacteria that will fuck you up.
These are the biggest words that I've ever heard on this podcast.
What did I say again?
Dude, go into a medical
Pseudomonas.
school of any kind, tech or whatever. You learn a new language.
Dude, that shit's nuts. That's so much. So much
It
information.
is a lot.
I'm
but-
overwhelmed.
What do you do for a living, Brian?
I don't say that on this podcast. I do podcasts for a living.
But yeah, so that's what I do. I take care of the animals, make sure that the researchers and doctors are staying within their legal limits and
Oh, nice.
and making sure that they don't go out of line with whatever they're doing.
So how close are we to having a vaccine for coronavirus? Can you tell us?
So last I heard from one of the doctors, because we have weekly meetings about coronavirus, and we have presenters that work with that particular lab working with that virus, and he said that human trials would start in June, and maybe
That's this month.
something. Yeah, for sure. That's this month.
Have they done that? Have they
So
started?
they're going. And they said maybe some conclusive data would come up by September.
You heard it here first, baby.
We take like
Human trials. We're doing human
Yeah.
trials right
So,
now.
like,
We'll have
really
it until
vaccine
September.
version on it.
Exactly. So
18
it's
months
just
after
one of
that.
those things.
Won't talk.
It's like, take it with a grain of salt. They're
No,
trying
that's
as
fact. You
quickly
heard it
as
here
they
first.
can, but I don't like the effectiveness could be in question.
Breaking coverage on coronavirus here on Millennialistic, the podcast. How many animals have you guys cloned at your facility?
Cloned.
I heard that's a thing now. Do you guys do that?
We personally, we don't clone. Maybe we have in the past, but not while I've been there.
Do you guys work on vampires?
No.
Werewolves? It's an animal
Those
hospital.
are animals, dude.
Yeah. How many
people.
werewolves do you have you guys
They
tried?
are people.
That's right.
And also, have they?
I thought they could go to bed.
Have they found a link to what, like a strain of DNA that causes people to be werewolves, or where are you guys at on that testing?
Actually, we're so close.
I feel like it's one of those. It's an ever-evolving science, so it's like you can never really catch up.
Yeah, no, I actually was able to bring a specimen home with me and slip it into one of DJ's drinks. So any day now,
That's where the
it's gonna come into
Is it gonna
effect.
burst out his chest?
Yeah.
Because I know Michael Jackson had it.
What?
The werewolf gene.
The werewolf gene.
I don't know. It's just something we gotta figure out. Maybe it's a Hollywood thing.
I'll be a werewolf.
Okay, but apart from that, Kristina, so that's your full-time gig.
It is, yes.
On the side, you've picked up here within the last, 6 months to a
Right,
year,
yeah.
a little side hustle. Tell us about
Candle
Burner and Chai.
making.
Yeah, how'd you get into that?
Yeah, so it actually started as me just wanting to like make Christmas presents because I'm cheap.
I thought you were going to say it started by trying to get rid of DJ's scent around your home.
Yeah, no, he. Yeah, no, and then
I threw
like
them
so I
shoes
made
out.
these candles for Christmas for my friends, and I was like, damn, this is like super fun, and you can like customize it however you want, and I just really enjoyed it. It was like a very therapeutic thing for me, so I kept doing it, and I just made like big actual candles, and there's a lot of math that goes into it. You have to, find your perfect amount of wax to go into a certain size vessel, which is the jar. And there's temperatures to be aware of, like what temperature you pour the wax into the jar, what temperature you pour your fragrance oils into your wax matters a lot, because you can actually burn off the scent if you pour it in the wax too hot.
Yeah.
So you have to get that like perfect spot, because if you pour it in too late, the wax and the fragrance oil won't mix, and you'll just have pockets of oil within your candle.
Ooh.
And like fragrance oils are combustible. Candle wax is also combustible at a certain temperature, but they're pretty high.
With fragrances are like way higher because the oils are warming the fragrance.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
That's nuts. What would you say, okay, I want to start making candles, like what was kind of the first few steps for you? Go to Hobby Lobby?
No, not even. So there are actually like some really good candle making websites. There's one called Candle Science, and that's where I get my jars, my lids, my wicks, and my wax from. And it's all pretty reasonably priced, but they're like pretty much the bulk supplier of most candle makers.
Dang, what's that website?
Candle Science.
Candlescience.com.
Yeah. And then there's another one called Aztec Candle Making. They have more like fragrance options than Candle Science does, but like those are my top two.
Damn. So you get everything online?
Yeah.
Damn. How many like trial runs did you have to do before you finally had something in a jar?
I probably spent like $600 on testing.
Whoa,
Dang.
Before I even sold anything.
That's
But
a
you
lot,
like
dude.
have to, because you don't want like a
Respect.
crappy product to go out, you know?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't send
So-
some shitty out.
Yeah. And
That's
then,
what we do with this
labels
podcast, and it makes everything so much harder. Because now people just listen to it and they're like, what the fuck, this sucks. Like, why would I listen to these guys? We're not good yet, so, but who cares?
But I mean, I've listened to the previous ones, and y'all are doing, you know, you get better every time.
Well, that's what they tell us. Well, we hope so. Well, that's really cool. So you now have officially branded that Burn Chai, right?
Burner
Like,
and cheap.
Burn
like,
cheap.
You can say chai if you want.
I fuck up promos every time. Like, same thing with Austin
You're
Parker.
a cost our sponsor.
I was promoting Austin Parker's EP that he put out on like Apple Music and
Yeah.
Spotify, and just messed up the name of the whole episode. So that's awesome.
No.
So Burn Chi, how'd you come up with that name? This is
So
cute.
it's our dogs. Like we have Sarge, who's a Bernese Mountain Dog,
Yeah.
and then Hera is my little Chihuahua Rat Terrier mix. So Burner and
See?
Cheap, because it also
See,
plays.
it's
It's
on
like a
the
play on
candle.
words with the candles, because you burn candles, and Chi is like, you know, energy. And I like it.
I love
Makes
that.
sense.
It's so
Burn
creative.
Chi.
I love the jars they come in. The scents are awesome. Me and my wife love fresh linen. That's what's currently
The
burning
fresh
in our
linen
studio right
is
now.
legit.
Because we
For
also
sure.
have to try to repel DJ stank. But fresh linen's the shit. What you sell all your candles online?
I do. I have like an online store.
BurnerandChi.com?
No, it's a let's see. It's like a square up / Burner Chi or something.
We'll
like
put the
that.
link
I
on the
don't know.
description.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not doing any candle production at this very moment because we're moving. So all of my
bigger
candle
projects.
Pause.
things are paused right now.
So
But, like,
put your orders in for Christmas.
after Christmas.
Put your orders in.
It'll be
Still
20.
December.
It'll probably be 21 before the
2021.
candles get rolling.
Burner and Cheese back.
The game starts over.
But
right.
there's an exciting new set coming.
Yeah, another podcast.
Oh, what?
No, the candles.
Oh.
New scent set.
Can you
Okay,
talk
so
about it
it's-
yet?
It's not my place.
Can you talk about it yet?
Yeah. No,
What's
I
your
mean,
new scent?
I was playing with my festival line with my rainbow dye, my tie-dye candles.
Yeah.
That was like something I was super excited about, and then
They were looking
happened.
awesome.
And then DJ was like, "We need to move. Build me a bigger house." This is demanding. He's so demanding, isn't he?
absolutely.
He's
Him and
demanding on his
Sarge,
podcast.
man, they demand all the space in the world.
I can imagine. No, but that's so cool that you've totally monopolized the candle industry. At least with our friend.
Yup.
Dude, this household,
Chokehold on the candle.
this household, the only fucking candles we get are Burner and Chi. If you bring another candle into this home, fuck you. I can't say that, dude. That's horrible branding for you, Kristina.
It's just bad branding
That's
for
fine.
you.
Bath and Body Works candles are pretty awesome.
No, Kristina,
Hey.
no, absolutely not.
You go get like
Show love.
a nice fir tree dollar store candle for like $1 on one of the little ones. It's pretty good
Sure,
for the
they're
little
not bad. They're not
45
bad.
minutes it'll burn.
But if you want something like hand poured, not made on an assembly line,
How's your girl?
I got you.
Boom, baby. Yeah, dude, independently made here locally, and they're GMO, and they're you have vegan
Gluten
options.
free.
You have vegan options, don't you?
I mean, they are soy based.
They are soy based, yeah. It's 100% soy wax, so.
Oh, man. Well, that is crazy.
So I guess you could eat it. I don't know.
We'll suggest you
I don't know if
don't.
you would.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't because it's a candle.
Technology is like candy
You're a
wax.
lawsuit waiting to happen.
Candy wax.
Your
Teenagers-
nickname is canceled,
Teenagers-
and I'm the lawsuit waiting to happen.
Teenagers are
Now I'm
gonna
just
start
watching
eating.
them down.
Teenagers are gonna start eating Christina's candles like Tide Pods, and then she's gonna get sued.
I
I'm
bet
also
they'll.
gonna make hella money on
I bet there'll be a
teenagers
lower
eating my
death
candles.
rate.
Yeah, and you did date a guy from Florida, so you
I
know how to get
did.
people out of weird shit. So you said that like you're moving amidst the coronavirus. What's changed for you in like the vet tech realm with the coronavirus? Anything? I guess social
Yeah,
distancing.
well,
or-
everything's actually just gotten worse. Just because, like, so since we work around a lot of viruses and bacteria that people could possibly get, we have to wear a lot of PPE. You know, we have like these gowns, these gloves, face masks, face shields, bonnets, and all those things. But with coronavirus, all of those things have been directed to like the human side of the hospital, as they should, because they need protection from infected corona people. But that leaves us with not a whole lot of protection. So we've just kind of been winging it. Like, they make us wear cloth masks every day instead of our regular surgical masks. And
Does
they
that
just
suck?
it does, yeah. But like, I'm used to wearing masks all day, and it's very hard to listen to people complain about wearing a mask for 10 minutes outside in public.
When you do it from the
When
moment you
do
show
it
up.
every day for like 40 hours a week.
Do you wear a mask when you go to like the grocery store and stuff?
I try to. I don't like wearing it at work, but I know why we have to, and I'll do it. I'm not opposed. I'm not gonna put up a fight.
I haven't gotten a mask yet. Does that make me a bad person?
I'm surprised. How have you skirted by this long?
I don't know. I feel like at first it was like just kind of like older people that were wearing them, and now I keep seeing stuff on social media. It's like, if you don't wear a face mask, then you're a neo-Nazi and you're like terrible. And it's like, you hate old people. And it's like, whoa.
Well, you keep your buff on you, so like if you were ever
That's
told
true.
to, you can always just
I
pop
have
your
done that a
buff.
couple times
It
actually.
totally
It really
counts.
doesn't. There's no medical advantage.
There is no.
It counts for them though.
It
Yeah,
counts
it's
for
Because I went to
aesthetically
REI and they were like, we have masks, and I pulled a buff out and they were like, brought your own buff. That'll work. I'm like, cool.
Yeah,
Boom,
no.
baby. Okay, so you guys just sold your home and you're in the process of building a new home, yes?
Yes.
Tell me about, because
Absolutely.
how the fuck do you build a home? Because DJ isn't chopping logs down and building a
That is so
cabin.
true. I'm so glad he's not.
How does that process get started?
Me
So
too.
what we did, we went to look at a model home, and I really liked the model home, and it was made by these specific builders. I think they're Black Mountain Builders.
Yep.
They have builds in Murfreesboro and in a few other places, but they sat me down. I looked at all of the floor plans. I picked my favorite one, and then I picked my lot, which I was really excited about because I picked the biggest lot in the neighborhood.
Nice.
And they deducted the $5,000 premium off of it because I was putting a certain, like to live in a cul-de-sac, I had a $5,000 premium.
Damn.
But they removed that, and I was really excited to be able to pick where it was going to go. But we scheduled for a later date to come pick like what color it was going to be, what color the doors and garage doors and window shutters and
Black?
roof and
Everything black?
all black, everything.
Except for the
they do.
brick.
Except for the actual
The brick and the vinyl siding are black.
they're
That's
like
what
a
I
nice
want a black house so bad.
black color. black. Unfortunately, black wasn't an option because I would have thought about it.
I made the joke of having a red door after we were picking all this black on the house, and she didn't get it, and nobody else in the office got it.
I don't get it. Is that a reference to something?
Yes.
Is it for that community episode?
No.
Yeah, shout out.
I know, yeah.
It's a Rolling Stones painted black.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
I hate everyone.
That went over for me too.
So
One
how?
person gets
What's the turnaround time for them to build you a home?
They said closing is going to be in December, so we're going to be living with my parents for a few months.
How's that gonna go for DJ?
He's going to hate it.
Why is he gonna hate it?
Well, I don't know.
Because he can't
My
get along
parents
with
are
anybody.
just so sweet and so loving.
They're awesome.
And DJ is not used to being around sweet, loving.
But it's kind of
whatever.
invasive.
He just considers it like smothering, and
Your
I get
parents
it.
are
I
gonna
do
break
too.
him. I love it.
You
He's
want some
gonna
cookies? Would
be.
you like some milk? Would you like some?
Yeah, no, my parents.
No,
are
it's
very-
that.
So sweet, it's suffocating.
It's literally.
It's smothering.
Wait, your parents make cookies?
Dude, they make
They
everything.
make everything.
Brian's like. I'm coming over.
But we will be only living like one exit down from you for a few months.
Yeah.
I can come
they
get
live in
cookies whenever I
Florida,
want.
No.
Oh, that's how I got out of that whole conversation.
so Cookies.
Was not having a bakery close by.
It's fine.
Damn, that's crazy.
But
So,
it'll only be like 4 months of that, maybe 5.
where are you guys building at again?
Manchester,
Manchester.
right across the way from Bonnaroo.
Exit
No.
111.
Exit 111.
That's so exciting, and you won't be too far from our previous guest, Miss Dana Ray,
That
right?
is so right.
5
Dana
minutes.
and I, we live very close.
Dude,
Or
that
will.
was so awesome. I love that. What a good location, too. That area is really up and coming.
For sure.
All I'm saying is, y'all could probably get a pretty good price on this house right now, and the lot across the cul-de-sac
I was
is
gonna
still
say,
available.
You guys could live across the
I'll
street.
never sell this house because it has a premium studio in it. So,
Yeah, no,
but,
it's gonna happen. Sorry, Brian.
you know. So.
We'll get a Kickstarter going for that as well.
Do we want to take a quick break and save this last segment for Instagram Live? Or do you want to do the last segment? What do you think?
Well, it wouldn't be a break here then. It would be let's wrap it up here. Bonus mini-sode coming Instagram Live.
So it's only gonna be on Instagram and not on the.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's take a break quick. I gotta pee anyway. Let's run some ads, baby. Go. Okay, and we're back here, episode 12, Millennialistic, with our friend Kristina. Thanks for listening to all of those ads. Sorry it takes so long, but we're making so much money off of them, so can't help it. Kristina, one thing I definitely want to talk to you about, we talked to a lot of our guests about, is last year was your first year at Bonnaroo, right?
Yeah, it was my first Bonnaroo ever.
Tell us about that. What was, give me some highlights.
It was so amazing, honestly. Like
I'm gonna cry.
Like Camp Balls Deep, like they are just so welcoming. I was brand new to the group kind of still, and it was really my first whole year meeting everyone. Like the whole entire group, because there hadn't really been a reason for everyone to get together until then. But everyone just made me feel so loved and welcome, and like I love live music in general. That's just, I consider that like a hobby of mine. I have like a nice wall dedicated to music and autograph posters and my tickets. I have this organized little ticket board where I keep all my ticket stubs. It's the thing. Like
It's a whole thing.
I think last year I probably went to like 50 live shows.
Yeah.
And I have all of those
At
tickets
least.
posted up. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
that's
like,
crazy.
It's amazing.
Bonnaroo wasn't your first festival.
No, I mean,
What was your first
yeah,
festival?
like if you consider I've been to Warped Tour.
Oh,
Warped Tour is
absolutely.
like my favorite because I was like a little emo kid in high school. I had like, ripped black skinny jeans with the worn out Vans.
Hell
and
yeah,
like
dude.
I had blue hair streaks for a while. I did blue, I did red, there was green at one
Nice.
point. Like, yeah, black eyeliner. Like
Same.
little lip ring. Like, I was one of those kids, in high school, and that's stuck with me still. It's just
Yeah, I would say the only thing you change is you don't streak your hair no more.
Exactly.
You definitely should. You totally should.
I absolutely should. Everyone in my job would hate it, but
Who cares? Do what you want. Who was playing at Warped Tour when you went?
dude, when I went, it was all the goodies. It was like the Maine, Mayday Parade. There was All American Rejects. We the Kings. I saw Youngblood before he was big, and now he's big. And like I high-fived him while he was going through holding his poster for what time his set was. It was the bomb.
Nice.
And then like Emarosa. Emarosa's pretty cool. Let's see.
I don't know this wrong with music.
Yeah?
I know All American Rejects.
You should
Aren't you
probably
supposed-
get into it,
Wait,
man.
you're skater boy.
Ice Nine Kills. Ice Nine Kills. I crowd surfed for the second time to Ice Nine Kills. For the first time, crowd surfing was to Yellow Card.
Nice.
Ocean Avenue.
I've heard that before.
I remember.
That was my anthem in
Just
sixth
like
grade.
looking up at the sky while they're singing Ocean Avenue was a very
Dude.
wonderful experience.
I love that.
But yeah, no, like I like being sweaty out in the sun with a million people listening to music.
Dude.
Coronavirus. I have a fun story from Bonnaroo. Remember Friday when we were going into Centeroo and Kristina and I kind of accidentally got separated.
We got
from the
lost,
group.
yeah.
So what happened was we went in with, I don't know, maybe a dozen people, 12, 15, 20 people, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what show they were trying to go to, but I know what show we were trying to go to.
We were trying to go to AJR
Yeah.
on Witch Stage, and everybody else was going to see somebody close out on What Stage. And so the group, but some people went to get water too, to like fill up their camelbacks, so the group kind of split up. And Kristina found herself with me in this group going to What Stage, but I knew that she wanted to go see AJR at Which Stage. So I was like, oh shoot, Kristina,
I was like, no,
I
we're going.
don't think we're going to where you want to be going right now. But I was like, and we kind of lost the group, but we had a fun time at that set.
It was so good. I've seen AJR live previously. That was my second time seeing them live. Just as good, honestly.
Dude, that Neo Theater album is just so good. It makes me cry through it for about an hour and a half
Yeah,
straight every
it
time I
hits you
listen
in
to
the
it.
feels.
But, I love it, dude.
They're a talented bunch of dudes.
They are. They're very good. They're very entertaining live for like three nerdy white dudes. They're very entertaining.
Yeah.
But hell yeah, dude. So you also are a big hip hop head, yes?
Oh my gosh, yes. Like last year, Cardi B, like
What? Did you see that they are auctioning off her
The outfit
mishap
that she
outfit?
ripped?
Yeah.
Yes.
I want Babs to get that for me, and I want to frame it. and
you
put it
should
in-
wear it.
Oh, I would look so, and my butt would fit it perfectly.
Because you're so
Yeah.
fat.
I didn't know, baby.
She got a big old butt,
She
bro.
does.
Dude, that would be nuts. That's crazy. So, is that just the LBC in you? Is that where the hip hop
I don't
comes
know.
from?
Like I've
Or-
always been.
She had good taste.
I've always been a fan of like rap. Are you guys familiar with like 303? They were also
Yeah,
Warped
From
Tour.
Texas?
Are they?
No, they're from
Wait.
Ohio, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
Area code.
30
Yeah.
no. Well, 303 is like the
Yeah.
it's a group, it's a
Yeah.
band.
But
They do like
bangers.
edgy rap. And I loved 303 and like Broken Side. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Broken Side, but they're like a screamo rap thing.
You listen to like ICP?
Just go at no.
Just checking.
But yeah, put both of them on.
That's
your
Sam.
radars when we're
We
there.
need to start sending guest screener questions. So that we're not like, are you a Nazi?
Are you?
Do you?
I was honestly a little concerned about that with this one.
You think she's a Nazi because she likes?
No. I'm just saying one of those screener
No.
questions that I also would like.
Sam.
Are you a Nickelback fan?
Oh, I
like,
see.
Yeah.
Just so we're not. We want to appeal to the right demographic of people.
course.
So I totally get that. No.
But yeah, I've just always
303 was
been a
interesting.
big fan of some good beats.
Oh, no, that's what I was saying is we should put are you an ICP fan on the screen?
How about, can I ask you?
Do that dope beat. What kind of beats? West Coast, East Coast, Dirty South?
Ooh, I don't know that much. I don't know that.
Well, Kristina was kind enough to write a diss rap about me.
I did. I wrote Brian a diss rap.
In response to me politely inviting her to be a guest on this podcast that I started.
I think that needs to become a thing for the podcast.
That'd be humbling.
The guest write a diss rap.
I'm getting too
for
eager
Brian.
to
That would be
say.
so amazing.
And if the guest could spend, how much material do you think you got, Kristina? A good 3 minutes?
No. It's
You got 2
probably
verses and a
30
hook?
seconds.
Oh, okay.
But,
well, I think if everybody could come on and
It's
just
a good
humble
ass
me.
30 seconds.
All right. We're gonna take a quick break because we're gonna go Instagram Live because we kind of botched it the first time. Sorry, we're still learning. And we're gonna spit this rap on Instagram Live, and you guys better like it and share it. But we'll be right back.
Run it.
Wait, he's checking the connection. Hold on, we're about to go on Instagram Live again. All right,
Getting set up for the Instagram Live
sorry,
now.
we messed up that
Oh,
first
they can.
time.
They can see
We're gonna try this again at the end of our episode, not at the beginning. All right, so DJ, are we recording? Yep. Oh,
Oh,
this makes for a good video.
This is why
okay.
you don't touch things, Brian.
So anyway, now I'm off video. Hey everybody, welcome to our Instagram Live, people. We are back with Kristina, and we are going to get into our last segment. For those of you that are missing on the Instagram, we were just talking about how Kristina got into hip hop and what influenced her there, and she actually has blessed us. Oh, thank you so much, DJ. DJ is the best producer.
Don't touch it.
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna move it. Just like
Don't
that.
touch. I told
DJ
you don't touch it.
DJ gets mad whenever I touch the equipment.
Brian just doesn't
I
know
mess
how
up
to touch
everything.
equipment.
I don't know anything about
Fucks it up.
any of this, but Kristina has blessed us with this battle. With this.
It's
last
not a
rap.
battle because you can't fire back.
it was
There's
going
no
to
way.
be a rap battle.
So, but
It's just a straight diss
Quit pulling it
track.
by the
It's a
microphone.
diss track. It's a
I
diss
twist
track,
it out.
okay?
So, DJ, can we fire up a hot beat on YouTube?
Canceled.
No, you can't.
I mean,
All right,
I
can
do
you do
it
this
without
acapella?
Acapella.
I was
All
going to say, I can do it without a beat.
All
All right.
It'll be
Well,
alright.
let's hold on. Let's
Don't touch it.
All right. Let's hear it, Kristina. We're excited. First ever hip hop appearance on this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
So quiet.
Do you need a metronome? Just kidding now.
You want me to throw? Do you want me to
That's
beatbox?
the worst awkward thing ever to say.
Nah, it'll be okay.
You want me to throw a beat down?
Yeah, hype her up. Yeah,
Yeah.
get it.
Okay.
Christina P. Let's go.
Okay, Brian, you ready?
Yeah.
A little bit, a little slow, but it's fine. Okay. I'll throw your ass to the side. You can call me Trash Bandit. Stay dropping all these bars till you bitches can't stand it. Damn it, tearing up your rep, doing damage. And after we get finished, go get up and make a sandwich. Now listen, I'm killing competition. These rappers by my lines, kinda like if I was fishing. See me, I'm a star, so you better get to wishing. Evil genius and bird, you can call me Stewie Griffin. I'm sipping claw iconic while you looking microscopic. To be honest, Mr. Barons, you should check that Hooked on Phonics. The presence is so godly, but the flow is so demonic. If you thought you could beat me heated up, brother, draconic.
I didn't hear more diss track about Brian. That's what I
Yo,
didn't
you heard it live. It's a new segment. Guys, that was our episode with Kristina. This shit's gonna air tomorrow at 7 a.m. on our Buzzsprout website, on our Facebook, not on our Facebook, but on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on now on every
Stitcher.
major platform streaming service, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, pretty much wherever normal people listen to podcasts, that's where we're at. So please like this page, share it with your friends.
Please.
Like, subscribe, rate us on Apple Podcasts and all of that good stuff. This is a fun episode, Kristina.
It was a really
Thank
good one.
you
I
so
had a
much
great
for
time.
coming on, dude. I've never had a guest slam me at the end of an episode, but
I think it needs to happen more often.
Dude, that's a new
I think
segment.
it's something that we're gonna. So if you make beats, send us beats and at millennialisticpod@gmail.com. Other than that, guys, anything else before we close out at all?
Boom, roasted.
Dude, I just got Kristina peed on. I love you guys. We're gonna keep
Love
recording
you
this
guys.
fucking
Thank you.
around.
Thank you
This is
so much.
episode 12 with
Thank you.
Kristina.
Man.
Check it out, 7 a.m. tomorrow. All right, peace.
Bye.
I said bye.
Are we
Are you
done?
done?
Yeah, I think so. Wait, did you stop recording?
No.
Hey. The end.
We're still here.
All right.
Bye.
Press, okay, bye.
Okay.